hello, and welcome to the sound. All right, Kyle, introduce us.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was an Alip video. Someone just commented, Marcin or Marcin, however you would pronounce that name, the best fingerstyle guitar player, and gave this link. And it seemed like it came up, and it seemed like they mentioned the person's name and the word best. So that's setting a little expectation, but of course, as we know from reacting, fandoms are pretty one-sided, which, it is what it is.
Please smash that like button, everybody, if you're having even a fraction as much fun as I'm having. Without further ado, Musician Panel reacts to Marcin, Moonlight Sonata on one guitar official video. Here we go! Maestro.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Woohoo! That was fun. Okay, and it was cool because it was almost like the same kind of like, at first anyway, as the style of the last one. Like I said, it was almost like some kind of Spanishy. That's what I meant, like that minor with like the natural minor, maybe some of the harmonic minor changes. You know, like the dominant 5 chord thrown in there. That step and a half every now and then. You know, but it was just so smooth. All those arpeggios, and when he kicked in, you know, doing the percussion and the other part with all the heavy arpeggios. Okay, that said, there's a little bit of a twist here. That was a music video. So, I would like to see him live like a leap. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'll put him on the edge of that same category. But to really stand toe-to-toe with somebody like Alip Bata, I want to hear without any studio. There was studio in there. There was percussion, clapping. There was a little bit of bass guitar. It was covered up, but it was there. There was, you know, I'm sure that wasn't done in one take, etc., etc., etc. And all that does not take away from it. I'm just saying I'd like to see him totally live. Because, you know, if you see me in one of my music videos, I can't make all those sounds live. I have to have a track or something, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. So, like, that's why I like to sometimes do shows where you just see me live. Because, you know, there's nothing else unless I'm making it. My only criticism is that, you know, I want more. Because it was so polished and so perfect. I want to see what it's like rough around the edges and just fully live.
Yeah. To me, it was much more in the classical guitar vein than the contemporary finger style that, you know, like Alip and you know, a bunch of other players.
Well, it's a classical piece. Yeah, totally.
Well, yeah, but very much flamenco stylized. I was curious seeing the steel string guitar being used, or the metal string guitar acoustic. That will tear up your fingernails, and trust me, for people that, you know, even though I cut them short, I mean, trust me, you can't play like that very much without your fingernails just being shredded. And his fingernails were long, and I was very curious because those were fat strings on that guitar. And looking at that guitar seemed to be as much of a signature item as like his face. I would assume he doesn't have like a dozen guitars or something like that. That he has the one guitar that is, you know, that's the one he plays. I would be very curious to see, you know, see some more playing too, just knowing how arduous it is on the fingers with metal strings. I mean, you can do it, but, you know, typically you're flicking strings, you start getting cut, your nails get chipped. I mean, metal and fingernails, I mean, that's why you use a metal file. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that part was cool. But to me, I was thinking of some of the classical guitar players I've seen, like David Russell, Anna Vidovich. I forget some of the other names. But yeah, I mean, from a classical standpoint, I mean, he's hitting all the right check boxes and stuff. And what you said about the studio production of it, the title of the sonata on one guitar,
that's what
misleading.
I mean. That's what I mean. Like, because like I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm not saying I could do that. I'm not saying I could play that. I'm not saying I'm as good as him or God by any means better. I'm saying that it was a little clickbaity, and that was my main criticism with the Alley thing too. Was the title of the video, not the performance. Like, you know, I said the you know, and that's really important because, you know, like if it's a good title, it makes you want to click on it, and then at the end you feel really good about it. Right? Like, I'm glad I watched that video. But if it's a clickbait title, then you click it, and then you're like, this isn't what I wanted. This kind of sucks. And then you're kind of like, I feel duped. You know? And I wouldn't say for this video I felt duped. It didn't go that far. Right? It was kind of more
it just wasn't accurate.
Yeah, it was more like a badass studio rendition of Moonlight Sonata on classical guitar. You know? That's what I would have titled it, something more like that.
Oh, yeah. No, I love the flamenco style that was injected into it. I think that was about like minute and a half, 2 minutes in, maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, no, I wasn't expecting that. It was just like all of a sudden, oh yeah, hand percussion and the fucking
Gold
the
pace,
fingers
right?
and
Yeah.
Gold
yeah,
pace.
Yeah.
yeah, just whoa. Yeah, no, it was a cool take on everything. And yeah, I noticed that it was there was some studio stuff going on, but yeah, no, I mean
It
that
was-
didn't really detract away from
It was made
my,
to sound
enjoyment
like you
of
couldn't
it.
hear it. Like you weren't supposed to
Yeah.
like notice the studio accompaniment. So
Yeah,
I have an
Right.
extremely discerning ear. So that's what's going on there.
It's hard
Fair
to
enough.
escape that sub bass, especially when he detunes the low string. And it's like, oh, that's a different pitch. you know?
It sounded cool.
Yeah.
It was cool, but I mean, I was like, okay, I think he was in drop C or maybe like drop
B.
D with the whole guitar down a step, because that low note he kept hitting it sounded like a C to me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Moonlight Sonata is in C minor, which would make sense why he would play with that that tuning. The bottom arpeggios, it was definitely like that drop D thing, because there was no finger. He was definitely had that root fifth octave thing going on the bottom, for sure. And you know, like I said, it was good. It was really good. Okay, my favorite part was when he would do the and the hits. It sounded like a freaking orchestra, full
That was so
on.
cool.
So I'm sure there was some doctoring to that to make it sound so incredible. But it
Yeah.
really did. Whenever it was wham. And I swear, you know, it sounded like you had a 4-part string section at the same time, you know. It was really cool. And I mean, Beethoven is no slouch. This is not like easy music.
I thought it was neat, as I think I'm the only beginner guitar player here. So for me, it was like watching his hands just going up and down that guitar like it was nothing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, you know, I was just like, and so I just love watching, you know, like all you guys more advanced players and stuff, just because it gets me motivated to practice and stuff. But I thought it was really cool, and I liked the videos he did with it, the backgrounds and stuff. Like I love that one part where he was like in that golden grass, you know, like during the that part. But
Yeah,
also,
and laying on dry ice looked really cool
yeah,
too.
like just like watching his fingers while he was doing that, I was just like, I was staring at his fingers the whole time. I was like, oh my god,
It was
like,
way better of a music video than I've ever made, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome.
I just wonder how they do the shots like that, like without like, because I don't know. I just want like it's really hard, and I know it's hard because I've tried to do a music video and I can't. I have to do like most of mine are like live or whatever, because it's like I can't do the sound. It's hard to do the sound first and then the video. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know how he did it, but it sounds really really cool.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked it a lot. Make sure that you like this video. Subscribe to all of our YouTube channels. We have Evelyn Holland. We have Kyle Walls. We have Jennifer's music page. Please subscribe to all of us, including myself, Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. Please remember, we pause for nobody. We never pause. That's what makes us so special. And so that means we get extra copyright claims. That means we get extra blocks. We get extra of the crap because we pause for nobody. It actually bites us in the bum a little bit. It does, really. And so, since our bums are bitten, that means that we are extra in need of your support. Please, patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio for exclusive weekly bonus content. If you want to support me directly, you can go to liberapay.com/Matthew's Music. Liberapay is a cool French company. They do not take a cut. I like it. Non-profit. Non-profit.
Oh man,
Oh my god,
you're gonna get canceled so hard by
I
French
know you
people.
so hard.
Yep. Okay, buymeacoffee.com. You can buymeacoffee.com/Matthew's Music. I'm obviously, only a small part comedian, but there is a comedy aspect to what I'm doing here too, so smile and enjoy it. Venmo.com, you can send me a tip at Matthews Music. So you can just buy me a coffee or you can Venmo me. And, you know, all those things are good. I really appreciate you supporting the channel any way that you can. Please like, share, subscribe to all of our channels, and we'll see you guys next time on The Sound.